most vivid memory about going to school at John Marshall?
My mind is we were putting some outhouses up on top of the auditorium and watching Batman and Robin, which I think that was Robin right over there, right around the top of the school up there.
That'd be John Savage.
That'd be John Savage was Robin, and Batman was Charlie Prentice that night, and I remember watching them run around like that.
I remember very vividly graduation day, thinking we all finally made it. We're all real happy and how we'd never ever come back, and we hated it, and we wanted to get out just as badly as possible. And now here we are. Everybody's happy to be back.
Do you recall in December of 1960 when you were voted junior high favorite? Yeah, you thought.
Oh, my turn? Yes, I do.
Walking to school and home every day.
Mr. Sparks giving people whacks in physics.
I have to say probably the junior-senior dances were the most fun.
Stealing Cassidy football jerseys with John Savage.
Would the name Dimples sound familiar to you, sir?
Dimples. Where would they get a name like that?
Who in 1960 was also voted junior high favorite. Do you recall that?
Yes, it was Girl of the Month.
You were the girl of every month, as I recall.
Shut up, Tony.
Did you realize 26 years ago that you get out of here, that you would reach this point in your life?
I realized I would go far in life, yes. As long as Tony Denham was Boy of the Month.
And have you gone far in life?
No, not yet. Well, we did a
Miss Lockney, it's been reported and rumored that at the 10-year reunion you met someone that you became involved
you
with.
didn't have any way to know.
Is it true that in 1979 you married someone who was also a member of the 1966 class of John Marshall?
No comment.
Is it true that you have in fact had children that are 2 years old by this person?
I never had a 2-year-old child in my life.
Is it true that you had a child previously and now the son of a bitch is 2 years old?
What?
Do you presently have, or have you ever had in your household, a young man that is 2 years old?
Yes.
All right. Is that the product of a marriage with some degenerate?
Jerk man.
Isn't it true that you did fall in love at the 10-year reunion?
Yes.
And isn't it true the person that you fell in love with is now your husband?
Yes.
And isn't it true that he is suave, debonair, intelligent, and able to drink mass quantities of beer?
No comment.
Well, for one thing, the girls went out and played football together over Grand Boulevard. They challenged junior girls and got an ass whooping.
Graduating from the Adult Institute with a frickin' 4-point.
If you could change one
Where is Mr. Wolf? That two-bit son of a biscuit.
Don't talk into the microphone like that.
Give me that son. Y'all remember him? Melanie, you looking beautiful.
That's because you've been married to me for so long.
Did you get that on camera? I heard it.
She looks hot, hotter
Doesn't she? Yeah.
than a fresh fried fox in a forest fire. You know what I mean? You got to practice that before you say it in public.
Ooh, I remember when we papered. Christy, who was it that we papered our house? We got arrested. I know, and we had a summer party at my house next time.
Speak of it, plus one. And you papered somebody's house in high school?
We did. Well, Shirley,
I remember Bob Harvey hitting the jump shot against Harding when you were a sophomore or something. God, it had to go into overtime. Remember the big basketball game? And they threw the ball into Harvey. Shit, he makes the jump shot, ties the game, and we lost in overtime.
He isn't here.
The high school.
Oh, the high school. The high school.
Vicki Sherman and I, riding on the back of her pink Rambler to decorate the goalposts at the Taft Stadium for the football games.
I believe it was the secret fraternity we had in 66. The Psi Chi Delta.
Batman and Robin.
And what do you mean by that?
The night we hoisted the outhouses on top of the auditorium. Yeah.
You had a good time that night?
Oh, yeah.
I got in real bad trouble for
Buildings to the
we had a
sky.
slumber party at Barbara Comstock's, and we went over and Kiki, Charlotte Seller's house.
Everybody's been trying to remember whose house that was. Thank you for writing.
It was Charlotte Sellers, and she was, poor girl, she was the only one not invited to the party.
And you picked her house?
We went, yeah, I didn't pick it. We went in groups, and and the last group kind of spray painted the garage door.
My most vivid memory of the thing that really comes to my mind is sitting in Metalwork 3A in first hour, eating donuts and reading the newspaper. That's really vivid to me.
Most vivid memory I have is seeing, probably seeing Tony Detterman run like a deer with a football. How about that?
That's a good memory.
Probably breaking up with Bob.
John Savage and Melanie Gardner.
What was the,
Not necessarily in that order.
Tell us what that was together.
No, Savage is the first guy I met from John Marshall. And Melanie's the girl I went with the longest.
Would it surprise you to know that Melanie Gardner has already told us in these very interviews that her most vivid memory of high school is breaking up with you?
No, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
Do you have a memory of that?
Yes, I do.
If you could change one thing about the years of John Marshall, what would it be?
I would have broken up with her first.
It's a night that all of my friends and I, we all put a few outhouses on top of the school and some whiskey bottles, and June Dawkins and one of the other vice principals come out there and made a comment that says, why don't we go ahead and give them their diploma now and not go through the ceremony?
Getting kicked out of school mostly, and just having a good time, I guess.
John Savage as one of the Batman and Robin characters that fantastic year of 1966 when we defended notoriously the outhouse.
Say some of the sporting events, football, wrestling.
Graduation.
It had to be graduation.
Why graduation?
I think we were all the drunkest, weren't we?
John Savage and Charlie Brennis playing Batman and Robin. They both look like a couple of very nice guys in their little tutus.
With FFA, I've got memories there, and junior high, the sports and stuff like that, and the guys going out drinking on Saturday night after the ball game, things like that.
Boys.
You want to name any names?
No. Right there.
Band. What band? John Marshall Band.
D band.
D Band.
The marching band.
The marching band.
The pride of John Marshall.
Yeah, and the ultimate drummer. I had the tuba.
Tony Detterman.
What about Tony Detterman?
Hell, where did I wind up in the hospital getting drunk?
Watonga.
Watonga. See, I so goddamn drunk. I didn't
Romano State Park.
Romano State Park.
That would be a vivid memory. I think you went into a diabetic coma.
You betcha.
If you could change one thing about high school, what would it be?
That'd be it.
You wouldn't have that diabetic coma?
You betcha.
Never winning the state championship.
Don't say.
Winning the state championship.
In what?
Football.
Oh, I love those outhouses, I'll tell you.
Fab Five. Greg Bay.
Skipping class.
Well, when I
Did you skip one in particular?
No, I skipped them all. Didn't make it me.
Being kicked off cheerleader.
That's your most vivid memory?
That's my most vivid memory of being in. Well, you want to know the truth? I told you.
If you could change one thing about high school, what would it be?
That didn't happen.
The hustle and bustle of the lunchroom, really.
I'd have to say football games and pep squad and Emmett Club.
Barbara Comstock and Diana Brent.
And
Not necessarily in that order.
What was the most fun you ever had at Belmont?
Barbara Comstock and Dinah Brown.
And what, if you could change one thing or two things in high school, what would they be?
Barbara Comstock and Dinah, they never would go out.